I talk a lot about the maintenance job I have because they have to do some terrible things in maintenance sometimes, like the lady who stopped up her toilet quite terribly. I think that's in the stories list. Uh, but as bad as maintenance is sometimes, it's not a terrible job. In fact, it wouldn't even make my top 5 list. Uh, you know what? Let's just go through the top 5 worst jobs I've ever had. And I hear a spider out here. Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, one of the top 5, definitely, waiting tables at a Waffle House. You want to talk about a horrible job. Pays terribly, and you have to wear a little paper hat, and people are mean. The customers are mean sometimes, and you work all hours of the night, and you're required, or at least Waffle Houses are franchises, so they're not every Waffle House will be like this, but the people who ran the one I worked at, it was required that you had to be there on Christmas Day. Everyone had to work Christmas Day. No one got Christmas Day off. And if you called in sick on Christmas Day, they'd fire you. But yeah, that was terrible. The pay was terrible. It was waiting tables, so they paid like $2.15 an hour, and then they took out 35% of that for food and meals, whether you ate or not. And then they restricted what you could eat. Yeah, basically those Waffle Houses were just managed terribly, and they treated their employees terribly. And at least twice when I was working there in midsummer, the air conditioning went out, and I was standing in front of a grill for 8 hours, waiting on tables. No one was coming in because it was like 90 degrees in there. It was even worse behind the counter where the grill was. That was a terrible job. That would easily fit in the top 5. I would say that would be number 5, because I've had some worse jobs than that. Let's see. Oh, I had it. Well, this is a maintenance job, but this was apartment maintenance. I had you had to carry an emergency pager once every other week, and that wouldn't be so bad if you had the occasional stopped up sink or the occasional leaky water heater or air conditioner not working. But the emergency pager was bad for this complex because we had something called Quest water lines. And they've been recalled. Quest water lines no longer in production because, because they were horrible. Well, they may be in production, but the original Quest lines aren't made anymore. They were, in fact, recalled. But yeah, these water lines, we did an average one year. We took a whole yearly average of busted water lines, and it turns out that we got about a busted water line every 7.5 days, and it didn't happen during the day. They almost always busted in the middle of the night. So you had to not only go up to these people's houses, these people's apartments, at 3 a.m., they're angry because for the 4th time, since they've moved in, they've had a busted water line, and we had to punch a hole in their ceiling. But not only that, but sometimes it wasn't even their water line. Sometimes it was the people above them's water line. And you had to go upstairs at 3 a.m. and wake them up so you could turn their water off so that you could fix the water line. And you had to deal with a lot of very angry people. Apparently I do not have this optimized. My little card here. But yeah, that was a terrible job, and pretty much guaranteed when you got the pager, the emergency pager, whatever week you got it, week and weekend, you were going to get at least one Quest waterline call in the middle of the night. And I hated the emergency pager just because of that. Oh, made it all the way up this time. This is an old world. I haven't been here in forever. I can't believe I didn't even remember I had made this. But anyway, the third worst Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the third worst would be the turkey plant. I worked at a turkey plant, and the first job I had there was sanitation, and that would easily by itself be, you would come in third shift and clean up all of the gore and the chunks and the mess and the everything disgusting that you can think about with slaughtering turkeys and turning them into food. That's what we had to clean up after. It was disgusting, and well, that's all that really needs to be said about that one. It was disgusting. I still to this day can't eat turkey, and I love turkey. It's kind of depressing. Okay, so after turkey, after the sanitation department, I transferred to live haul because it paid more, and that was a mistake. And that would be, I don't know, that would probably be number two, at least number two on the list of top 5 worst jobs. Because going out, these turkeys, well, they were kept in a tiny little place their whole life, and a lot of them couldn't walk very well, so you had to carry them, and they were mean, especially the range birds. Oh my God, the range birds were so mean. But they were mean. They would peck and scratch at you, and they would crap all over you. And there's nothing that smells worse than turkey crap. I mean, I have dealt in my various jobs with every type of poo imaginable, every single type of poo, and turkey crap wins it hands down. It is the worst smelling stuff. So you would go home coated in like scratches and claw marks and turkey poo, and yeah, I had to leave my shoes outside because they smelled that bad. I could not take my work shoes inside. They had to stay outside of my apartment, and it was just awful. It was awful, and it was third shift, and you'd be out in the elements, so winter time and stuff like that. Oh, and the hours weren't set, so you could go out for your 8-hour shift, and you're not done until you get all of the farms that you were assigned. So you would go to a farm to clean it out, and you basically you had to finish them. So yeah, that was a terrible job. That was a terrible job. It may rank a little higher on the list than number 2. No, no, no. The worst thing ever was oh, hey, there's a skeleton there. I had to do some construction once or twice, and when you're doing a building that has concrete walls, they come in, they put them up in slabs or forms. I'm not sure how they were put up, but however they were put up, they ow! They have nubbies, little nubbies in between the concrete slabs, lumps that you can't plaster over, and they won't look right. So you have to grind them off. So we were down in this basement office, dirt floor. There were no lights, no electricity installed yet, so I had a generator running just outside the door, and had to wear a dust mask and grind off these nubbies in this enclosed basement with no power, in the dark, grinding off nubbies. And when you grind concrete with a high-powered grinding wheel, it just tears it up. It blows all sorts of dust in the air. I was caked head to foot in dust. I had to change my face mask every 5 minutes because it was getting full of dust, of concrete dust. I was coated in it. It was awful. And little chunks come out and hit you in the face, and your hair is full of concrete dust, and your everything is full of concrete dust. I looked like Casper the Friendly Maintenance Man afterwards. And I had to do that once or twice in my life, and I never wish to do it again. It was just plain terrible. And yeah, that's easily number 1. I can't imagine ever wanting to do that again. I'm gonna get lost down here because I don't even remember this place.